and Cypher on behalf of rappers and rabbis. We got Mr. Bible Raps himself, Matt Barrs in the building. L'chaim, my guy, he's rocking the merch and everything. And we're here to continue on our tradition of doing Shabbat and Havdallah hip hop services every weekend. We've been going strong all summer now for a couple months, and we have fans, we have friends, we have colleagues, and members of our fellowship that tune in just about every week. We're live on YouTube, we're live on Twitch, we're live on Facebook. Big shout out to Jewish Federation of Greater Metro West New Jersey and everyone behind the scenes that helps to make this possible. If you want to learn a little bit more about rappers and rabbis, I'm just right off top going to play a video. This is some brand new footage. Like I said, we're going to have some world premieres tonight. So here is the world premiere of the Rappers and Rabbis Shabbaton visual. I'm so proud to present this. So l'chaim, everybody. Hopefully everyone had a restful Shabbat, and we'll have a productive week moving forward.
May
Amen.
Hashem gift us with the one.
Welcome, my people, please sit where you want, sit where you want, sit where you want. And I on inside and two eyes to the front, eyes to the front, eyes to the front. Your spirit alive, the Shekhinah, she's home, Shekhinah, she's home, Shekhinah, she's home. So feel out the vibe to feel it is flow, to feel it is flow, to feel it is flow. Hip hop on play, now get ready, let's go. The didgeridoo and the shofar will blow. The rhythm is given, just follow the flow. Community singing my toe, my toe.
That's right, classic Jewish Shabbat prayers, ancient to contemporary, remixed with hip-hop beats and bars. But that's not all. In Rappers and Rabbis Beat Knesset, we plumb the depths of hip-hop to elevate our experience, specifically with the concept of the Cypher. As hip-hop Rebbe, Purple, explains.
A hip-hop cipher is when the community gathers in a circle-like formation where everyone is participating, no one is spectating. What's happening in the cipher is individuals are demonstrating their most creative and authentic self-expression. That could be beatboxing, it could be dance moves, it could be rapping, both written or improv, which we call freestyle. The cipher is about peace, it's about love, and it's the hip-hop community way.
We offer a professional development opportunity for leaders to work with us and our little prayer book to make sure the cipher pops off at our Hip Hop Shabbat services to never be forgotten. All over your community.
Prepare for prayer. Hebra, come grab a chair. Congregation for community. Mr. Yaakov for mayor.
Shout out to Rappers and Rabbis.
Hip Hop Shabbat was awesome.
I really liked that. I think it was very catchy, especially with the Shema.
It really was honestly a magical experience because it felt like heavenly hip hop vibe.
I loved it. I love the energy. I love the message behind it.
All right. Big shout out to everybody that was featured in that visual. Members of Rappers and Rabbis, the host of that event, Mr. E, also Papa Left, Texture Charlie, all going crazy on stage. It's so good to see what we've been doing online brought to in real life events. I guess that was like almost the third or fourth maybe performance in the past month that y'all have done up there. And it's just so amazing to see the work that we put in come to fruition. But coming soon, we're going to be able to make these songs available for everybody in the form of an album and also a prayer book that will be a companion to the album and to our Shabbaton performances. So before we go any further, I got Matt Barrs in the building, Mr. Bible Raps himself. Maybe just take a second, introduce yourself, and then we'll move on to the first prayer.
Hi, I am Matt Barr. I ran a nonprofit called Bible Raps, which teaches Judaism with hip hop. And then about 4 years ago, I started working with Rappers and Rabbis, a couple other co-founders of kind of gathering hip hop pedagogues and seeing if we could kind of form a group of best practices, and that's what evolved into Rappers and Rabbis. And so now I'm, director of Rappers and Rabbis. and creating a whole new hip hop liturgy with this group of eight other guys.
Yeah, holy hip hop vibes. And we're even more holy tonight with the grand return of our spiritual leader, Rabbi Adam Meir. Rabbi, why don't you take a second and introduce yourself? People have been tuned in all summer. Maybe you can talk about what you've been up to and what we all have to look forward to coming soon.
Hi, everybody. I'm Rabbi Adam Meir from Philadelphia. It's great to be here, back with Rappers and Rabbis. I've been working at Camp Ramah this summer, running the rock climbing program and teaching some Torah and having some nice experiences breathing fresh air out in the mountains of upstate Georgia. Highly recommended. And I'm so happy to see everybody here and to wish you all blessings for a new week. And this month of Elul, we saw the didgeridoo and the shofar will blow. When we blow in the shofar of Elul, it's the time to start waking up to your spiritual soul and listening to what it has to say. So that'll be my blessing for us for tonight.
Amen. And we got high holidays on the horizon. And I don't know about y'all, but I'm really excited. This will be my first high holidays in Florida, celebrating with some new family and new friends down here. And it's just such an exciting time of year. I think a lot of people are remiss to say goodbye to the summer, but I love the fall. There's nothing like the autumn. There's nothing like building the Sukkot, and there's just nothing like high holidays. So the next couple months, we're going to have some really special things in store from Rappers and Rabbis. And before we go any further, we're going to play a little video just to talk about what we're up to tonight, which is Havdallah. Havdallah is a Jewish religious ceremony that marks the symbolic end of Shabbat and ushers in the new week with spiritual blessings. The ritual of Havdallah involves lighting candles, blessing a cup of wine, which I have right here, and also smelling of sweet spices. You were talking about, Rabbi was talking about smelling the fresh air in the mountains of Georgia. And, there's just something about being outside at the end of the summer as the seasons change to, remind you of what's so important spiritually and how to connect your mind, body, and soul. And the Havdallah ceremony is a great way to do that. So what I'm going to do now is play our remixed version of Debbie Friedman's classic Havdallah as we kick off this Saturday night service.
What is Hashem? Smaller than any blossom, bigger than any big bang. It's awesome before Shabbat's done. Sip the drops from, where's the wine glass? Here I got one. Tip it off at the tippy top. Hold it aloft. Praise to God for Shabbat. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen borei peri hagafen. What is Hashem? Are we all one or perhaps some? How to know which problem is really worth solving? And are we all in? Are we half-stepping? Let's get past questions, settle nerves, spiced herbs and nice words. Word is bond and we're a band, just observe. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei minei besamim borei minei besamim. Hashem, what is Hashem? Smaller than any blossom, bigger than any big bang. It's awesome before Shabbat's done. Put your fingers in the light until the light revolves them. A moment of solemn. Now Now it's time to get the job done.
That's just such a special rendition of Havdallah and really a great way to end the Sabbath ritual and kick off the new week. But even more importantly, we have one of our most fan favorite prayers that we do every week, which is the Shema. It's the Jewish confession of faith, and which together with appropriate prayers forms the most integral part of any Jewish service. It's recited Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Hear, O Israel, the Lord is our God, the Lord is one. The Shema defines one force that takes expression in the multitude of reality and taps almost every Jew into their Judaism. But not just Jews. We get feedback from people of all faiths and ethnicities and races every week who say that this is their favorite part of the service and their favorite song. Matt, you've been performing this live in concert recently. I know that must feel so good. And I can't wait till we kind of eventually get maybe the whole, like you said, the whole group together. And we'll probably pretty soon film a live rendition of the song to go along with the recorded version. I'm very much looking forward to that. But for now, I do have the recorded version, which is our remix of the Shema. And I have a lyric video to go along with it featuring Matt Bars and Text Rich Ali. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. People are texting me already that they're tuned in, checking us out. I'm getting messages that the music already sounds great for tonight. So really shout out to our whole entire Rappers and Rabbis crew. You can check us out at Rappers and Rabbis, or you can follow me on all social platforms at Digital Crates. But most importantly, check out our website, www.rappersandrabbis.com, to check out a lot more of what we got going on.
One time for your mind, one time for your mind. One guy from the squad, one guy from the squad, one guy from the squad. One time for your mind, one time for your mind. One guy from the squad, one guy from the squad, one guy from the squad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Adonai Echad.
Breathing what is Holy Spirit like? 1 foot, 1 love, and 1 mic. 1 race, 1 God, and 1 light. 2 hands, 1 left and 1 right. The many and the all involved in one fight. When division's the plight, it's solved when we unite. Cause one ain't free if all ain't free. And you are not you if I am not me. Contemplate, elevate with the Elohim. Rappers and rabbis, one hell of a team. Building with the Musar, expressing a few bars. Traveling so far to the sound of the shofar.
One of a kind hanging from the one vine. Wild grapes in the shade sometime become fine wine with a little sunshine. It's an hour past noon, can I get a one time? One time for your mind, one time for your mind. One guy from the squad, one guy from the squad, one guy from the squad. One time for your mind, one time for your mind. One guy from the squad, one guy from the squad, one guy from the squad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Adonai Echad. Not trying to be a prophet, but he who parted the sea is a part of me. When I look in my heart, I see the same history and mystery. I'm G-D'd up, I'ma read up with my feet up. Sabbath is just practice so we all get freed up. Please plant your seeds up. Israel's the bride and the groom's inside. One of a kind hanging from the one vine. Wild grapes in the shade sometime become fine wine with a little sunshine. It's an hour past noon, can I get a one time? One time for your mind. One time for your mind. One God from a squad, one God from a squad, one God from a squad. One time for your mind. One time for your mind. One God from a squad, one God from a squad, one God from a squad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Adonai Echad.
Yeah, that's just so special. Shout out to Texter Charlie who kicks off the first verse of that song. And Matt, you really come through. That's definitely one of my favorites. I have to mute my microphone every week when we play that because I start singing along and I'm not really a very good singer. So I really respect musically what you guys do. Although I can write a song, make a beat, it's just something about having that gift of a voice that could touch the hearts of many. And this next song we're going to play is a remix of another prayer. And this is another prayer that really seems to touch everybody's soul when we play it every week. Of course, I'm talking about Oseh Shalom. Not only is it such a beautiful melody, composition, and arrangement, but features some amazing rap verses. We are rappers and rabbis, so we kind of made it through some of the more deeply religious opening parts of this ritual called Havdallah, and now we're going to play this song, which just features some of my favorite verses from the Rappers and Rabbis crew. Oseh Shalom is a prayer for peace and for wholeness. May he who makes peace in high places make peace for us and for all of Israel. And let us together say, Amen. Again, this is kind of a remix of one of Debbie Friedman's classics. And like I said, it's kind of a basic tune, but as simple as the melody is, just like in hip hop, the harmonies and the arrangement are so complex and so beautiful. And I'm so proud to have been one of the producers on this song. I'm so amazed with the rap verses that are on here. So we're going to play it for everybody along with a visual of the lyrics of the actual prayer so you can kind of go deeper into the meaning of the Hebrew that's recited as long as the raps. Again, we are Rappers and Rabbis. You can follow us at Rappers and Rabbis on all social media and on our website, www.rappersandrabbis.com.
Shalom Bimroma, Booyah, say Shalom Aleinu, Le'al Kol Yisrael, Bimru, Amen. Oh, say Shalom Bimroma, Booyah, say Shalom Aleinu, Le'al Kol Yisrael, Bimru, Amen. Y'all say Shalom, y'all say Shalom. Y'all say shalom, 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 y'all say shalom.
Y'all say shalom, I play Capone. Actually, I'm Maya, who passing me the lighter. We bout to take you higher. You waiting on Messiah. They hit you with the hezzy. Get on your Hezekiah. Till heaven is your climbing. The devil wants attention. I dead him off with silence. Though violence is cathartic, remember your assignment. Recorded on papyrus. They cannot ignore it, not even in the slightest. Talking about a blockchain, these tokens came from Titus. Before there was a pilot, we was flying on Osiris. Try us.
Sharp swords to prune and force, then prune and force to tune and chords. A higher type of harmony when we know we ain't harming we. Sharp swords to prune and force, then prune and force to tune and chords. A higher type of harmony when we know we ain't harming we. Say Shalom Bimroma, Booyah, say Shalom Aleinu, Le'al Kol Yisrael, Bimru, Amen. Oh, say Shalom Bimroma, Booyah, say Shalom Aleinu, Le'al Kol Yisrael, Bimru, Amen.
say shalom. Y'all 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 say shalom.
One day we'll please out go fishing with Trump and Hillary Clinton. Eye to eye, fist to fist, no fist cuffs, only fist bumps. We need to talk it out. Alphabet text, introduce yourself. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. Hi, H, I.
One day we could just listen to what the artist has written. Smidgens the hardest renditions of where the pain lies. One day we'll embrace differences, cause that type of division feels like it ended, but really it's just a gray sky. And it hardly ever rains on the west side, but I'm rocking with the gang out of best time. Trying to unify, strive to the next time. Gotta get by with a head high and set the example. I know the fight that's a hand is a handful. Just settle down, get around. With my brother MC and we don't mean no Rambo. Hip hop is a sample of the feeling of peace that projects from the core. Let us dismantle the systems that keep us attached to the floor. Ain't back in the war. I throw two fingers up to this Shemesh. Stick to my moral ground, that's how I stay sound without no regrets. I got the best love and I'm spreading it far as it gets. And I tell you to bless up, cause reality hard as a desk. So when I'm starting to fret, gotta let anxiety get away. Cause I know larger the stress, the larger the bet, there's gotta be better days. Say
Shalom Bimrama. Booyah, say Shalom Aleinu. Yehal Kol Yisrael. Bimru Amen. Say Shalom Bimrama. Booyah, say Shalom Aleinu. Yehal Kol Yisrael. Bimru Amen.
Y'all say shalom. 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 Y'all say shalom.
Yeah. So we can all say shalom and peace right now. Rappers and rabbis, we represent for the hip hop culture as well as the Judaism culture. And two of the most major things that we preach are that of peace and of love. So if you're tuned in right now, I don't know if you're with other people or if you're just by yourself, but definitely take a moment to spread some peace, spread some love. If you have a family member or a loved one you haven't heard from in a while, shoot them a text. You know what I mean? Give somebody a call. Spread love. This is a great week. We talked about how the summer's coming to an end. High holidays are on the way. We are planning something very, very special for Rosh Hashanah. We're going to do a hip hop Rosh Hashanah service. I'm so excited to tell more about that in the coming weeks as we get that together. And then, of course, right after that is Yom Kippur, which will also be doing something very special for that. And then after that comes Sukkot time, where we can, celebrate the fall and the harvest. There's nothing like
shake it like an etrog and a loo, love, love.
Hey,
a
hey,
loo, love,
hey,
love.
hey.
I got the hook for that one. I'm just waiting
Let's
for the season.
go. Let's go. I'm born and raised in the Philadelphia area, and there's really nothing like the Festival of the Harvest. There's just nothing like it. Celebrating being with friends and loved ones in your community and sharing a bountiful feast and just having fresh foods, fresh air, and just great times. Really looking forward to what we have ahead. But tonight we're here gathered together, and we do have special guest, Mr. Bible Raps himself, Matt Bars. I don't know if y'all noticed, he's got the guitar with him. I don't know if you're ready to sing us maybe a tune. I promised some world premieres tonight. So we played you off top our Shabbaton video, which was a world premiere. And we have Matt here. Maybe before you kick off your song that you're going to play tonight, maybe talk about our fellowship, Fellowship 2.0, and just maybe anything that I haven't mentioned yet that we have in the works that's coming soon that you want to talk about. I'll pass you the rock, man.
Cool. So we're Rappers and Rabbis, and that consists of 3 co-founders, and then Crates is our board chair, kind of the overseer, and then we have some other rappers and who joined the squad for content and events. And we want you to consider applying for our Rappers and Rabbis Bars and Mitzvahs Bars. And let me say that again. We want you to consider to apply for the Bars and Mitzvahs Fellowship. It's a 4 to 5 hour a week commitment for 10 weeks, and you may focus on either ethics or prayer. That is, you may enter the Beat Midrash, which is ethics, or you may enter the Beat Knesset, which is prayer. Choose your path wisely. But we will all work together, but we'll also have our individual cohorts going through different avenues. Whether you're interested in personal ethics, you know, how to work on yourself, or if you're interested in combining hip hop and religious service. So if you're interested in any of those things, please apply to our fellowship. You can do so at our website. Teaching on behalf of Judaism will be Rabbi Adam Meir for this fellowship, and teaching on behalf of hip hop will be Reb Rich Ali. I'm working on that, but will be Tex Rich Ali. And then you'll have a bunch of other people who have a lot of wisdom to impart. And in addition to this study, we'll expect some and some practice. We'll expect you to create some tracks working with crates who can, you know, throw out beats, 1,000 beats an hour. And so it's a great, you know, we'll all get together and you'll be collaborating with your cohort. You'll be collaborating with some of us to make raps about what we're learning and to try to internalize it through the process of, you know, writing and spitting it and listening to it. So if that sounds interesting to you, please check it out at rabbisrabbis.com. That's our fellowship that's going to be launched in about a month.
Yeah, and just to jump in really quick too, as well as helping the new members of the fellowship with production, we will have MCs such as Papa Left and Internal Rhyme, who were featured on the last song, who will help with the writing process. And we have Rabbi Adam to help with the Torah study. And we're also, as a group, going to be focusing on Jewish business ethics and financial literacy, which is something that we all consider very important, as well as the fitness and food consciousness. You know, we're all about, you know, mind, body, and spirit, health, and wealth. So if you're interested in learning and growing with us as a fellowship, please check us out on our website, rappersandраbbis.com. And you could personally hit any one of us up. You can DM us on Instagram at Rappers and Rabbis, or DM me at Digital Crates, or Matt at Bible Raps. And speaking of Matt, he's got his guitar, he's got his kippah on, he's ready to bless us with some amazing new music.
All right. Let's do Life. Life is just a witch, I'm trying to switch it to my wife. And you don't stop and you don't quit. Love. Love becomes a vulture when it falters as a dove. And you don't stop and you don't quit. God. God is who I dream as I'm a team, but he's not. And you don't stop and you don't quit. Still I try. Try then by extension begs the question of why. Why I don't stop, why I don't quit. Why I don't stop, why I don't quit. Every man, like every culture, needs a myth. Because in the faceless winds, all things will rot. And there's no purpose to this pain if there is no God. And I might be looking down when I look up at the sky. That's why I'm on the ground touching the grass so tight. I feel like I've been stabbed by the point of life. Can't stop my mind from going mad, flipping the coin of why. I've started lighting lamps until the sun is bright. In the rain, I'm hunting puddles with my gun and knife. It's like Hitler is Gandhi if there's no standard beyond me. And good and evil just crumbles as preachers mumble like zombies. Yeah, I've lost it. There's no God, but I can't believe that it's true. So Muhammad, Dalai Lama, Hashem, Jesus of Vishnu, I'm on my knees again. This might sound odd. All I pray today is that there is a God. Let me eat when I'm hungry. Let me drink when I'm dry. Give me dollars when I'm hard up. Religion when I die. Life. Life is just a witch, I'm trying to switch into my wife. And you don't stop and you don't quit. Love. Love becomes a vulture when it falters as a dove. And you don't stop and you don't quit. God. God is who I dream as I'm a team, but he's not. And you don't stop and you don't quit. Still I try. Try them by extension begs the question of why. Why I don't stop, why I don't stop, why I don't quit. Why I don't stop, why I don't quit. Let me take you back a little bit. Egyptian hieroglyphics are needed to paint a picture specific enough, cause seeing is believing, and with English words you think that I'm deceiving if I try to describe the flyness of her highest highness. We were a heaven-made match, and the spark was a blast, with more chemistry than Dr. Fauci fit in the flask, but in the circumstance it couldn't last. I figured I was in love, but my life just didn't fit. It was when she pointed to Cupid's bow, I pointed to my trigger, but don't it always seem to go that you don't know what you got till it's gone. I played with her like I play with words. It's ironic, but it seems that I got what I deserve, cause these sentences are my sentences. Let God bless them, pretty women. How I wish it was mine. Their breath is as sweet as the dew on the vine. Life is just a witch. I'm trying to switch into my wife, and you don't stop and you don't quit. Love becomes a vulture when it falters as a dove, and you don't stop and you don't quit. God is who I dream is on my team, but he's not. And you don't stop and you don't quit. Driving by extension begs the question of why. Why I don't stop, why I don't quit.
Wow.
Thank you. And that's the one we've been working on.
Yeah, that is the debut acoustic version of new music from Mr. Bible Raps himself. It's funny that you mentioned 1,000 beats a few minutes ago, because since we linked up, not only 2 months ago, I've actually made 1,000 beats in the last 2 months. I've been on a cooking spree. I took I took a couple months to do some cataloging, to like actually finish a lot of beats and songs I've been working on. And then I got creative again. After we linked up, I was really inspired, and I've been cooking up. I got a ton of new music online right now. If you follow me at Digital Crates, I'll put the social handle on the corner of the screen right now. I got brand new music online right now from Vixen Boss Soy, brand new music from Ronnie Riggles, brand new music from Jernell Pierre.
I was hanging out with Crates doing some Rappers and Rabbi stuff when this guy comes in and was like, yeah, I'm an artist too. And then it's like, oh, I was all excited. I'll show you our stuff. I think we're good. And then it's like, well, can we see what you're doing? And then Ronnie Riggles played his stuff. And I was just like, oh my God. So that's what really good is,
Yeah, he's a special artist. He's actually headlining Kung Fu Necktie tonight, along with Jernell Pierre and Moody, 56K, and also Linda Yo. So many special artists in Philly and the Jersey area right now. I'm just so excited to kind of tap into the energies that's going on. Philadelphia kind of just opened back up to doing shows and events about 2 months ago. And ever since, it's really getting back to its glory of what it was before the pandemic. And with that said, I'll actually be there next weekend. I'll be in Philadelphia in person next Saturday night to celebrate my birthday at the Top Floor Arts Entertainment Center. I'll be DJing a very, very special Digital Crates and Friends set. I'll be bringing out a lot of special guests and just kind of celebrating just the end of the summer and my birthday live in Philadelphia. So I hope y'all can make it out in person next Saturday. It's in the Port Richmond area. And if anybody wants details for that, just hit me up. And so I got some really interesting news to talk about. This week was actually really special. And I don't think a lot of people that maybe tuned in because of the Judaism purposes give you kind of a chance to learn a little bit about hip hop. This week on August 11th was National Hip Hop Day. August 11th is a noted date in hip hop's history. It serves as the day in 1973 that DJ Kool Herc and his sister Cindy Campbell held a back to school party at 1520 Sedgwick Avenue in the Bronx in New York. This is the party that people have literally claimed as the birth of hip hop's music and culture. And it happened this week on August 11th. What's so amazing, and I don't want to get political, but it seems like people can't agree on anything politically anymore. But this week, the United States Senate unanimously passed Resolution 331 which is a bill that now officially designates August 11th as Hip Hop Celebration Day.
Wow.
It also designates the entire month of November as Hip Hop History Month. This bill was sponsored by Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer, and the resolution, as I said, passed unanimously, which is incredible and goes to show you how important hip hop is in American culture. It was, like I said, introduced on July 29th and works to commemorate the Back to School Jam organized by DJ Kool Herc, which took place on August 11, 1973, which makes this week the 48th anniversary of the birth of hip hop culture. And I'm just so proud as a member of hip hop culture and as a thought leader and educator in this space to celebrate this along with so many other people. It's just such a monumentous occasion for everyone that kind of gave their lives to the culture. Being in the music business, being an artist, as we all know, requires sacrifice. And a lot of people sacrificed their spirit and their energy to make hip hop become part of the fabric of not just American culture, but worldwide culture, as hip hop is now celebrated all over through even the aliens probably in the middle of the universe somewhere celebrate hip hop. I mean, come on. So I'm just so honored to be a member of this Rappers and Rabbis Fellowship where we can share our love of Judaism with hip hop, educate the Jewish elite and thought leaders about hip hop, and educate the hip hoppers about the wondrous miracles and celebrations of Judaism. And with that, I'm going to do a world premiere, like I promised, of the prayer I remixed of Ashrei. People are happy, when they are close to God. God does care about the poor and the oppressed. God's rewards good behavior and punishes evil, as we've learned in the Bible. Significantly, there is no comparison here between Israel and other nations, nor any mention of the hostility of or toward any other nations in this prayer. The psalm praises God, whose justice and mercy applies to all people. The Lord is good to all, and his mercy extends to all he has created. All flesh shall praise your name. All mankind expresses its gratitude. Also, significantly, this prayer is entirely praise of God without asking for anything, just giving praise. As we call in hip hop, it's like a shout out. We're shouting out to God and giving our praise. Also emphasized in Ashrei is God's kingship over all the universe. It's the Bible's only use of the phrase God the King, as distinguished from occurrences of my king or our king. I'm really excited about this remix that I've done, and hopefully soon we'll put some words to the music. So I'm just going to be playing the instrumental tonight, but I did promise the people a world premiere last week. So here we go with the Ashrei remix.
Oh my God, the King, I'll raise you up and bless your name always. I will bless you through all the days, forever, always. Your name I praise. Oh Hashem, may my mouth proclaim your praise, and let your holy name be blessed by all flesh always, forever, until the end of day. Oh Hashem, may my mouth proclaim your praise, and let your holy name be blessed by all flesh always, forever, until the end of the day.
I like it. All right. I'm all right. Yeah, we would be sitting. Yeah.
always. I will bless you through all the days, forever, always. Your name I praise. Oh Hashem, may my mouth proclaim your praise, and let your holy name be blessed by all flesh, always, forever, until the end of the day. Oh Hashem, may my mouth proclaim your praise, and let your holy name be blessed by all flesh, always, forever, until the end of the day.
So yeah, hopefully soon we'll have some verses on there from some of the rappers in our crew. And I promised a world premiere tonight, so there it is, a little hip hop folk rap remix of Ashrei. And I'm so proud of that production, even though it's in progress. I can't wait to kind of complete it. Maybe we'll get Text Rich Ali on the bass and a couple verses to bring to y'all soon. But now I got just one more quick antidote and maybe one more video to play. So as I mentioned earlier, I'm down in Florida, and we're right in the middle of hurricane season, or as Floridians call it, rain. It just rained. Even though they're big storms to somebody like me who's from Philadelphia, they consider it just rain. But as we were kind of preparing for the storm this week and for the storm that's coming next week, I was reminded of our song and video for New Land, which is based on the Noah's Ark narrative, which takes place in Genesis, through which God spares Noah, his family, and examples of all the world's animals from a world engulfing flood. I love this video as we related the new land as emerging out of the COVID quarantine back into, real daily life. And that was kind of also evident in the first video we played earlier, where us as a fellowship, as rappers and rabbis, have been kind of getting back out into the world and performing our music and sharing our prayers and our rituals live in concert. So without any further ado, I'm going to play our song and video for New Land, which is, as Matt would say, it's hip hop that moves you. Shalom, y'all. Thanks for tuning into the Beat Midrash featuring Rabbi Avi Strasberg.
You might think that Noah would be dying to get off the ark, right? They've been in quarantine how many months now? 6 months, 8 months, 10 months.
If you're going to find new land, bring a pocket full of sand, for you're quite sure to miss shore. And when you think about it all, our lives are very small. Still I hope I never die.
I hope I never die, but I live on through my artistry. Through all of the debauchery, hypocrisy, and poverty, I pour out for my sons. As my eyes get watery enough to flood the earth, I just tell them build the ark for me, carpentry. These cubits not from arteries, but I built them from the heart. You see, if ever you get lost at sea, just send a dove out for an olive tree and pray that we are all in peace. R.I.P. to quarantine.
If you're going to find new land, bring a pocket full of sand, for you're quite sure to miss shore.
There's a flood coming, it's best we stay afloat. Unite every animal, have them elope. In the age of extinction, we're the last of the Mohicans. Grab your partner, say we will survive, let it sink in. On a voyage, far from a cruise, put my life on the line with everyone's to lose. It is what it was, time to search for new land as we approach a new normal and devise a new plan.
When you think about it all, our lives are very small. Still I hope I never die. I want to live forever, my every breath is treasured. Gold bars that glow in the dark, I flow hard as Noah's Ark. What I mean is even Phoenix feels free at last when he's ash. Nevermore and nothing lasts. And the raven at your door also raps, colder than his black shoulder blade, and he's also strapped. Click, clack, flat, flat. If you're going to find new land, bring a pocket full of sand, for you're quite sure to miss shore. And when you think about it all, our lives are very small. Still I hope I never die.
He sends the raven out, she doesn't come back. He sends the dove out. The dove comes into him at eventide, and lo, in her mouth, an olive leaf freshly plucked. So Noach knew that the waters were abated from the earth. The fact that the dove was able to find a plan. What do you imagine that feeling is as they're thinking about, as they're about to leave the ark?
Shalom.
That's my good man. Yeah.
Okay.
That's my
That's
son.
That's so special. That's really something that, like I said in the introduction, was born out of quarantine and us kind of coming back into normal life and routine. And so we're kind of getting to the end of the service, and we're going to do a closing prayer. But before we get there, I want to pass it back to you, Matt, and to you, Adam. And I don't know if you guys have any final words or shout outs. I mean, it's hip hop, so you guys can shout out anybody you want or any final
Well, we
words.
gotta while our rabbi is back, you know, we gotta give props to Crates holding down the Jewish.
Yeah, that was fantastic.
The Jewish, you know, having so much Jewish knowledge to be able to kind of keep every new week interesting and always learning something here. But you know, both you and I were like, "Yo, we're talking about fake it till you make it," kind of like, because you know he's Rabbi Adam. It's like usually the guy who does, you know, really goes to sermonizings. But so just want to give you a shout out, Crates, for holding it down this whole summer while Adam was back. And you did a marvelous job, and I think it really congealed the whole like project, and it was clutch to just keep the whole squad kind of, you know, oriented and focused to you know what we're trying to do, and you know, I also, just so you know, he kept it real. He would always end it with a prayer, as you asked him to do. I guess he was like, is that something you asked me? You're like, I don't know. Apparently, before he left, Adam was like, well, you know, and I don't know. So maybe not. I don't know. Maybe,
I don't remember that.
I could see it's something that where our spiritual rabbi leaders like, okay, guys, good luck with your services that I'm no longer like looking over. And he's just like, okay, just at the end, say a prayer. But this man was killing it over every week, just, you know, Devar and getting deep. So props to you, Crates, for holding it down. And it's great to have Adam back to kind of keep us moving forward. Adam.
Well, thank you. Really, I love this, Crates. This is awesome, and it's really nice to see and actually listen to you teach. And one thing you brought up of the Ashrei, that last beat, which was featuring Ari Lesser. Also, we had an event with him in the Bronx, and so the Ashrei, that one thing they say about it is anyone who says that 3 times a day is guaranteed a spot in heaven. All right, just listen to that track 3 times a day, you're good to go. And they say, well, why is that? And one is that it's in order, just having that sense of order going through life, and holding on to a sense of order. And the other reason is that it has this verse of sustenance, where it say, "Poteach et yadecha," right? That, and sometimes, and the whole thing being the praise that you're saying, the praise kind of lets us feel sustained, and is also, right, the outcome, right? You feel sustained, and so you praise, right? You praise, and so you feel sustained, and it's this beautiful cycle of kind of feeling sustained, and that such a feeling should lead to praise,
right? And such a praise should lead to,
and such a praise should be sustainable.
It's the holy Cypher, I guess.
Yeah, you know, they say if you listen to Tupac, Biggie Smalls, and Jay-Z every day, you'll make it to hip hop heaven. So it's kind of very, very similar.
Yeah.
But yeah, hip hop has had a big month, and next month is a big month for Judaism with high holidays coming. So I just hope everybody that's tuned in tonight keeps coming back as we keep, you know, developing and growing and learning through these prayer services together. Every week we've been coming up with different themes. Adam, you would have loved it. We did a whole July 4th celebration, even with fireworks at the
show, you know.
We even had a fireworks show at the end, but it was interesting. A lot of people really loved that one. We talked about the importance of Ellis Island and how important America really is to keeping the Jewish faith alive in this modern era. Some of our other teachings throughout the summer have been about mental health awareness and suicide prevention. We've talked
right.
about Jewish business ethics, where we talked
Right.
about how and why Jews have become notorious for business in the world. We've really talked about so much, but we always really end our services with a prayer about peace and love, because as Hip Hop Rebbe Purple says, that is the way. That is the way of the hip hop cipher, is to spread peace and love. And this was actually a prayer that Adam first sent to me. So I don't know if you've even heard this because you've been gone for a little while.
Yeah.
But before I play this prayer, I got to shout out. You had mentioned you were at Camp Ramah, which is such an
Yeah.
amazing place. I spent most of my summers growing up at Camp Harlem in the Poconos. So shout out to all the Jewish day camps and overnight camps around the country that really instill such an amazing spiritual faith in the youth, but also having on staff rabbis and elders of the Jewish community. It really just ties the bond together between generations. And the best way to do that is through a greeting of peace. In Hebrew, we're going to play this last prayer, which is Shalom Aleichem. It is a spoken greeting, meaning peace, peace be upon you. The appropriate response is Alechem Shalom, unto you peace. The plural form is even used when addressing one person, because as in hip hop, just as in Judaism, spreading peace and spreading love is one of the most important things you can do. So we're going to have a prayer for peace to end up this service. And Adam, so happy to have you back. Matt, thank you so much for grabbing the guitar and performing some of your new music tonight. As a co-producer and as a friend and a colleague, I'm so excited for the world to hear what you've been working on. So make sure to come back in the next couple of weeks. We'll have Matt keep performing, and we'll have more world premieres of prayer and of songs. And that's it really for tonight. So we're going to end with the final prayer.
Reminds me of Thug and Drug song. So thank you guys so much for joining in as we've been spreading peace and spreading love. I'm so excited. Next Saturday night, I will be in Philadelphia performing live at the Top Floor Arts Center. I'm so excited. Hopefully, y'all can come through, and some more members of our Rappers and Rabbis crew will be there. Right.
As I'm celebrating, I'll be celebrating the last birthday of my 30s. So it's just.
Oh, snap. My wife just did that.
You remember that's your last birthday? Do you remember?
Yeah.
Wow,
when
that's
you
when
turn
you're just moving.
38, we are sitting in Ali's bonfire.
Right.
Yes. So yeah, next Saturday night I'm performing a special Digital Crates and Friends DJ set. I'm bringing out all sorts of special guests. I don't have that long of a set, but I might have like 10 special guests all getting on the microphone doing a live cipher. That's
There
the
you go.
new thing now. I've been inspired by what we do, and every performance I've done since I've been back performing after quarantine is I've been having all the performers from the night as well as special guests that I bring. I'll get on the microphone and cipher as I make a beat live on the spot. It's something
Wow, dope.
it's something that's becoming really special. Um, Next Saturday night, so many amazing performers, other DJs, as well as vendors. It's going to be great food and drinks and live art. It's going to be people painting and actually designing clothes on the spot, making clothes, doing all sorts of custom vending, and so excited for next Saturday night. So please, everyone that's tuned in, hopefully y'all could join me in person. And if you can't, I'll be live streaming from the event. So make sure to follow us at Rappers and Rabbis. Follow me at Digital Crates. But most importantly, check us out on www.rappersandrabbis.com. And that's it for tonight. Thank you guys so much for joining in. This has been pretty special.
Peace, Grace.
All right. I'll catch y'all soon. And everybody, peace and blessings. Thank you to everyone that was tuned in tonight. It was a really special night.